Hey, hey, hey! Don't mess with DNA. Hey, hey, hey! Don't mess with DNA. That's a cheer from a march against Monsanto. There may be millions of us against Monsanto, but sometimes I don't know if that's enough. I think there needs to be billions of us against Monsanto. Monsanto is a huge worldwide company that is in almost everything we do. They're in our food-like substances. They're in the chemicals we put on our body. They're in clothing. They're in along every roadside. They're in our parks, in our yards, in our potting soil. And looking at their track record of all the dangerous chemical toxic things they do, we need to eliminate them from our lives. Every day we can make small choices to eliminate them. This spring, don't buy Roundup. Find alternative methods of weed control. You can email me for a list of some suggestions. Roundup, which is Monsanto's one of their huge crops or one of their huge products, its main ingredient is called glyphosate. And glyphosate is linked to all kinds of scary, nasty things. One study done and published in the Journal of Entropy showed that glyphosates, when they're digested, along with the food that they're sprayed on, they disrupt our body's ability to eliminate toxins. And that stems from all modern diseases, especially all the ones that are associated with the American lifestyle. So that's Parkinson's and obesity and diabetes, and there's a whole very long list. Glyphosates interfere with a little chemical in our digestive system that eliminates toxins. And so we end up with this sick body. Monsanto is also responsible for Agent Orange, which is still hugely a problem in Vietnam. There's still many deformities. A company that is continually poisoning and tormenting people in an unhealthy manner. Well, not that torment is ever healthy. We need to eliminate them. They should not be allowed to have controlling seats in the EPA, the USDA, and the FDA. Top Monsanto executives occupy places of power that are responsible for making decisions like, well, are genetically modified crops safe? Oh, we think they are. They're not. They have not been proven to be safe. In the eyes of science, there needs to be more proof. And in fact, most of the proof says they cause tumors and all sorts of diseases in the animals that get fed it. GM crops are not safe, but Monsanto is able to pull the wool over everyone's eyes and push things through due to where they occupy. And that's not right, and it's not safe. So we need to eliminate them by taking our dollar bill away from them every chance we get. Roundup perpetuates fungus disease in plants. A study that was done in the Journal of Sustainability of Agriculture showed that GM crops are not higher yield, and they're not more resistant to pests. GM crops are a monocrop. When you have a monocrop, you have one type of plant with one immune system. And that's fine if the growing conditions are optimal, but life is not like that. Agriculture is not like that. Every year you have different things. You might have droughts, you might have pests, different blights. Glyphosates lower plants' immune systems, allowing them to become way more susceptible to a whole range of things, including a fungus. This fungus has already wiped out an entire type of banana. We're eating a different banana than we were eating 20 years ago. Glyphosates are not safe to be putting on our food. Ideally, it's a fabulous idea, eliminate the competition and just have your plant grow strong. But it's not the case. It actually causes more problems than it fixes. Monsanto's use of GMO or Roundup Ready plants it's dangerous, and all it does is perpetuate their growing dollar sign. It It doesn't produce higher yields. It doesn't produce crop sustainability or drought resistance. And Monsanto is bullying in this country and in other countries, bullying small farmers into using only their products. And that's a high cost for these poor farmers. And many, hundreds of them every year, commit suicide. It is very sad. They commit suicide by drinking the very chemicals that they need to put on their plants. Monsanto should not be allowed to continue to have a controlling hold on our food. And right now, there was a study done in the Huber report, says that Monsanto or corn is in about 25% of every product that's in our grocery store. 25%. And Monsanto controls about 80% of all the corn production in the world. Not to mention soybeans, sugar beets. They're in a lot of things. I'm going to post an informational little flyer that shows companies that you should avoid that have high levels of Monsanto products. You can choose to eliminate them from your daily life. Don't use Roundup. Let's keep our families safe. Now that you have more knowledge, every time you go to the grocery store, eliminate something that Monsanto has their yucky chemical fingers in. My name is Mariah, and hey, don't mess with DNA. Hey, don't mess with DNA. Eliminate Monsanto. Let's become billions against Monsanto.